drive to talkSPORT. Me and Goldstein Darren Bent alongside, as you just heard. All the way asked the last though Googling question of the day. Which team has won the most EFL Championship playoff finals? Palace. Is the answer with 4. Palace are the most successful team in the Championship playoff history, winning promotion via that route a record 4 times. Still to come, we'll bring you Benny's thinking inside the box. First though, the managerial circus continues at Watford. talkSPORT understands they're about to make their next appointment. We can get more on this now with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook. And Crookie, good to see. And you know it's breaking news because you've not had time to iron that jumper.
It's a salmon pink T-shirt I have, proper sunny weather down here on the south coast, so I'm playing my part. I like the way, by the way, that you announced a new manager at Watford without actually trying to pronounce his name, because it is the Uruguayan, we understand, Paulo Pezzolano. 42-year-old, seen as a bit of a promotion specialist. He's won promotion to the top divisions in Spain, Brazil, and in his native Uruguay as well. And he's managed and coached 2 clubs owned by the Brazilian Ronaldo. So comes from good stock. As you say, it has become a bit of a circus, isn't it, when it comes to managers at Watford. Tom Cleverley departing at the end of the season. Would you believe, you probably would believe it actually, he was the first Watford manager to last a full year in charge since 2019.
Wow.
My understanding is that Pezzolano has signed a 1-year deal initially with the option of a second year, and there's been a lot of reaction already on social media from Watford fans and rival fans saying maybe 1 year when it comes to Watford is a bit optimistic, but we wish him all the best.
It makes sense though, the 1 year, because you're right, Watford managers don't see out mainly a year. So the fact, why would you go and sign a long term when you know it's not going to happen?
It is nuts. What is it? Is it 19 managers now in 13 years? Is it 20? Something like that.
Yeah. It's been a revolving door. To a point, it was successful. That policy of hiring and firing managers did keep them in the Premier League. They reached the FA Cup final as well, but they have struggled as a championship club to really put together a promotion campaign. It looked like they might this season. They were flying high at the turn of the year. Didn't win many games in the second half of the season. Ultimately, I think that's why Tom Cleverley lost his job. They finished 14th. And I think he's going to need backing in the transfer market this summer, Pezzolano, because the squad does look like it's a little bit lacking. But I'm told the owners do have ambitions to become a Premier League club again in the near future. So I think to do that, they're going to have to put their hands in their pockets.
Crooked, it's not sustainable though, is it? We saw for so long Chelsea doing it, and it was successful, but they were winning the biggest of biggest trophies. Watford, as you said, it's been successful to a point, but it's not really brought them too much success. At some point, they're going to have to change their module, right, and go, do you know what? Let's just stick with someone. Even if it gets a bit rough, let's stick with this person and see what they're like coming out the other side. Or is that just not in their policy at all?
It's very much the European approach, isn't it? A lot of clubs on the continent change managers with rapid regularity. I think it's difficult to lay down roots at a club like Watford. It's difficult for the fans to grow too attached for a manager because they're only ever really passing through. What I am told about this appointment is that the club see Pezzolano in a similar mould to Slavica Jokanovic, Javi Gracia, who had success there, and Isco Munoz as well. So they're following the blueprint in that respect. But you're right, their model isn't really built around having a manager for the long haul. And I think the fans probably want that now. They want someone who's going to come there and develop their own playing style and build for the future. Having said that, if it gets them promotion and then 10 games into next season, they're struggling at the bottom of the Premier League, they make a managerial change and they stay up, the fans would probably take that.
True.
Cookie, listen, I know you're a busy boy and we appreciate you coming on so soon after that news broke. It's very kind of you, but that's just the pro you are. Thanks, pal.
No problem. Have a good night.
Thanks, mate.
What a legend he is, isn't he?
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
We're very lucky that we got him. We pay him so much money that he's got no choice other than just to turn up when we ask him to. You'd do the same if we gave you £40 a year. Right, time now for this.
He comes back out towards Bent! Darren Bent scores! Darren Bent bobbles the ball into the net.
This is Darren Bent's Inside the Box.
Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent.
Yeah, time for Benny's thinking inside the box, where former Burton Albion loanee Darren Bent takes a deeper look at some of the strikers in the Premier League and beyond.
Don't say that.
No, I ad-libbed it.
Yeah, don't ad-lib.
Well, because you're so big.
Yeah.
Under club member.
Just read
We know you are.
Read it properly.
Chancer, Darren Bent and Dog Napper. Let's start with this man.
Low ball in towards Delap! He's tucked it in! The 10 men have scored! And it's Liam Delap!
Yeah, we're starting with Liam Delap because talkSPORT understands that Ipswich's striker is leaning towards joining Man United this summer. He scored 12 goals. It's been strongly linked, actually, with moves to Chelsea and Arsenal, but it's thought now that Man United are leading the race to sign him.
Double Hojlund, yeah.
So now here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. And I know Joe's a big Ipswich Town fan. He constantly tells me how... What?
This is questions for me. So why are you ad-libbing
No,
again?
it's me.
No, why are you ad-libbing? Just ask me the questions, please. Thank you.
Well, because I'm paid to ask, not read. I'm not
I know what you're going to say, and a part of me agrees with you.
Right. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he's the finished article just yet.
No, of course he's not.
And we've got a Liam Delap. It's not working at the moment, but we've got a Liam Delap. I just don't think... I think two of them is not the answer. We need a big name, like, for argument's sake, a Harry Kane and a Rasmus Hojlund. Or Harry Kane and Liam Delap. I just don't think Liam Delap and Rasmus Hojlund for Man United, where they're so far away from where they need to be, I just don't think that's the answer.
Yeah, look, I agree. I mean, you're talking about 16 Premier League goals between them. 4 for Rasmus and 12 for Liam. Listen, I'm a big fan of his, watching him week in, week out. Of course, he's improved so much. The confidence that he's got in his own ability, the confidence he's got to go up against anybody, doesn't care who it is. He won't get overawed by anyone. But I think you're right. What you don't want is you don't want to have two young centre forwards that are still trying to, like, this is his first full season in the Premier League, to go for Ipswich Town, who were in the Championship last season, to Manchester United and be expected him to lead the line and score the goals. Listen, it might work. I think he's got the confidence in himself to be able to do it. But you're right. There's going to be dips in his form. There's going to be goal droughts in his form, and that's where you need maybe the older statesman to kind of go, right, this is how you kind of learn off someone like even like a Vardy, to learn him off, right?
Yeah.
But to have two, that would be a little bit of a concern for me, because, as I said, we've seen Rasmus this season really struggling in the Premier League and have no one to kind of lean on for like a bit of advice, a bit of confidence. So then if you add Liam as well, you're almost making the same mistake again, even though it's not a mistake because they're both good players. I think you need a more experienced centre forward, and then you bring maybe a Liam Delap. So, listen,
I don't mind him leading the line at a smaller club.
He might feel that Man United is the good fit for himself. He might prefer Man United because I'm guessing it's about opportunities, right? So he might look at Chelsea and think Nicolas Jackson probably going to play a lot more than I am. Arsenal, I'm not quite sure with the Havertz situation. You don't know. Newcastle is that. I'm just giving you examples, right? Yeah. He's probably looking at United and going, well, they're a top club. I know they're having a bit of a bad time, but they're a top club. And I'm up against Hojlund. So he's going to obviously fancy himself to play games there.
If Man United phone him, he goes. Yeah,
that's my point. But he's looking at it thinking, out of all the options he might have on the table, where am I going to go in and make it and play instantly straight away? And that's probably going to be United.
I think a lot does depend on whether or not United have got Champions League football next season. If they have, they can't go near him.
I think it's regardless. Oh, if it has, don't go near him. We can't go near him.
If we haven't, so we're just back to where we were, right? So we won't have European football next season.
Yeah, then get him in.
Then maybe it's a great opportunity for him to go to United.
Yeah, well, either way, to play at a club like Manchester United doesn't come around often.
No. Right, let's move on to this fella.
Much to the glee of the Newcastle United support, Nicolas Jackson is sent off.
He won't play again, actually, in the Premier League this season after he was sent off against Newcastle. A bit of a silly boy. His elbow on Botman left Chelsea with 10 men. They lost 2-0. It was a big old crucial game at St James's Park. That was on Sunday. Chelsea are at home to Man United live on talkSPORT this Friday night before going away to Forest on the final day. We touched on this with Emmanuel Petit yesterday, Benny. How difficult is it going to be for Chelsea fans to forgive Jackson for that stupid red card? Because if they don't get Champions League football, they'll be looking at that moment.
Yeah, I don't think they'd turn on him. Of course, they're going to be disappointed and think, what are you playing at? But listen, he comes back, scores some goals, get on with it. Do you know what I mean? They have to get on with it. But it was a moment of madness. Didn't need to do it. It was so blatant. You're never going to get away with that. And you just wonder to yourself, like, what was going through his head when he made that decision? But it's done now. All he could do now is support his teammates from the sidelines. But the moment he comes back, he better hit that ground running. He needs to come back, start scoring goals straight away. Even though, listen, they're going to win that Conference League without him, regardless, I think.
I agree.
But when he comes back, he has to hit the ground running. Has to.
Okay, we've got time for one more.
Sends the cross in. Headed by Bowen! Oh, what a goal! Jared Bowen!
It says here the future of West Ham winger Jared Bowen remains up in the air ahead of the summer window. Hasn't he just signed a ridiculously long deal with them?
Yeah, he has, but contracts. We spoke about it. Contracts don't mean nothing, do they?
Nothing at all. If he's going to go, they're going to get more money from him.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, West Ham had a bit of a stinker. Okay, nothing really happened under Potter when he came in, and it's almost felt like the last 4 months has been like a pre-season.
I mean, he's got some big results in that time though. Beat Arsenal, beat you. I mean, beating you is not.
Yeah, but that was last weekend, right? You can't count that. We'll lose on Friday against Chelsea.
But no, yeah,
Where does he go next, Bowen? Does he stay at West Ham?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? His numbers are great. Obviously, he got 16 Premier League goals last season and 20 in all comps last season. Brilliant. He's got 12 this year. Had the injury as well. Got great quality. I'm not quite sure where he's at. Like, I think he's a good player, really good player. I'm yet to see him for England where I've gone, oh yeah, like top level.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But he might be one of those, when he plays with better players, he's a better, like, week in, week out.
Yeah.
But he's so crucial to what West Ham do. And also as well, he looks like he loves that football club. They absolutely love him.
A bit like, what's his name? Noble. Was like, well, he's Mr. West Ham, right?
Yeah.
I sort of feel that the fans look now to Jarrod Bowen to carry that.
A little bit, yeah. Obviously, Declan Rice in between them as well.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt in his quality. He's got top draw, and he could easily play for a team in the Champions League. That's fact.
Yeah.
So, but it's big decisions. But I just don't get the burning desire from him. Some players, you go, he can't wait to leave there. Do you know what I mean? You go, like, you look at Cunha, top player, can't wait to leave. You can just tell he can't. He's even come out and said it. I don't get that with Jarrod Bowen. I almost feel like he's happy. He's captain. I feel like he's happy there.
Yeah, maybe he's happy there.
Yeah. So
lack of ambition, is that a problem?
I won't say it's a lack of ambition. But, I mean,
is he better than West Ham?
Yeah, I think he's better than me. He's 28 years old. He should be playing in the Champions League, and they're not.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.